Yes, it's quite exciting to see these works are going to be something else. So this is not the final of the etching, but they will be something else, which is quite exciting for me to see what they are going to become. So this is really the beginning of the process. I think inking is another interesting process for me because they're all monoprints every time. They can come completely different prints. After the first step of my work, which is etching, it starts the painting process for me, which now the chemical process, all the paints, bitumen, gomolak, all these things will be soaked to the etchings. And that is the new start, new life for my work. As the gravure can be used for my paintings, the plates can be, the source of the etchings can be used for my work as well. The texture is given by different materials, shellac, bitumen, and their reactions to each other and gives the patterns on the texture. And this gives a peinture quality, and of course the pigments of colors as well. Sometimes they're natural colors. Bitumen has a natural color, or I add some pigments on top of it. So that brings a completely emotional effect to the work. I let the materials react each other on the paper, exactly like the nature, a smaller version of a nature in my studio, which I can't have a complete control of them. They work as they want to. I have a partly control. I only decide where to stop and where to begin, and perhaps it needs a little bit more pigment, and then I add it. That's all. I take the finish painting, two-dimensional painting, and with a simple movement, you put both sides of the paper together. I can call end and the beginning. And then it becomes a cylinder, and what I do with this cylinder, so it is a complete cylinder of its own with this physical authority, and it's a substance now. Inside you can't see, you can't perceive everything at once. It's not two-dimensional anymore. The other part of it is put together by magnets, strong magnets together. And not just the substance, the energy of the work is there. To knowing the constant energy in these magnets, it excites me of the work. This process, which the chemicals react each other, all these shapes, the occurring shapes, brought me to the fascination of fractal shapes. And you could see how the shapes are coming out. And that's the important part of my work. The paper has such a journey in my hand. They have a tough life actually, and they age in my hand, maybe in a short time, but they look much more aged than the actual process. And when the work is finished, you can't tell how old this work is. It can be ancient colors you can find. It's very difficult to understand timing in the work. I find also quite strong this archival effect. Archive is, you can find knowledge, you can find, you collect things, and then you can go back whenever you want to see the traces of time. Cultural could be natural or whatever. And I find that effect as well in my work, because you can put them next to each other and they complete each other as well, although they are individually one piece, but it brings really an archival effect. Some people say my works are objects of worship. If there is a transcendence, it could be only a laïque transcendence.